Hey guys, this is Lisa with your weekly Lyrical Aspirations Inspirational Message. So, today I want to talk to you guys just briefly about how we can become the true bosses of our own emotions. Now, some of you may be wondering, why do I need to control my emotions? Why is this so important? And the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because being able to control your emotions is going to give you some benefits in ways that you may not have thought of. First and foremost, it's going to help you with making better decisions. See, emotionality equals irrationality most of the time. So you have to be able to temper and control those emotions as you're going forward and making decisions. In addition, being able to control your emotions is also going to help you have better relationships with the people in your life, whether that be family, friends, romantic. And it's also going to help you with just daily interactions, whether that be with strangers, coworkers, whoever you're coming into contact with, it's going to help you with that. And lastly, by controlling your emotions, you are going to be contributing to your own self care. So, how do you go about controlling emotions? This is the big question. Well, the very first thing that we must all do, and this is probably one of the most difficult things, is we have to step outside of ourselves and think about how our emotions are going to impact others. Now, I'm going to give some examples on both a positive and a negative side of emotions because we have both. So, how your emotions can affect somebody else. Okay, say that one of your friends has just lost their job and you just got a promotion. Now, your friend is suffering and really upset about it, and you're really excited. I mean, you are so excited. But the question is now the right time to tell your friend about that and show that type of excitement? Is it going to affect them negatively? And you have to say, okay, let me temper down my emotions for a moment because they are going through something. Once we get through what they're going through, then I'm going to be able to share it, or at least I'm going to be able to share it on a calmed down level. So think about it. How is it going to impact the other person? Now, on a negative aspect, say that you've had a bad day. I mean, everybody out in the road just made you crazy. You're frustrated. You're irritated with your money situation, whatever the case is, and you come home, somebody is being so nice to you, and you snap on them. This is a negative emotion that you have projected onto somebody else without thinking about how it will affect them. Because they may have been so excited to see you, and now your level of emotion that you've brought in, of frustration, has now started to affect them, and it may even make their day worse. So, always, always think about how your emotions are going to affect other people that you interact with. And if you think that interacting with anybody for that period of time is not a good idea, then don't do it. If you need time to breathe and take it in and handle what you've got to handle with that emotion, then do that. Be fair with the people that are in your life. They may not have anything to do with what caused you that emotion. Now, once you think about that, now you've got to think about, what are you really feeling? You have to truly identify the components of where this emotion is coming from. If you don't identify the components, you will not be able to control it. So, what are some of the things that you have to ask? Well, what am I feeling? Be honest with yourself. I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling sad. Whatever it is, say it honestly. This is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling extremely happy, or I'm feeling extremely frustrated. But be honest with what exactly you are feeling. And then what actually happened to cause that feeling. Now, this is an important question to ask yourself because we tend to bring a lot of past things into current situations. And so you really need to evaluate, are your emotions elevated because of exactly what has happened, or because what happened triggered something else inside of you that you just haven't dealt with yet? So, really identify what is making you feel that particular emotion. Now, say that somebody has upset you by the way that they spoke to you, and this has triggered your emotion somehow. Well, one of the things that you have to think about is there another explanation as to why they responded that way or acted or behaved that way? If there is, once you start to think about what those are, let's say maybe a friend of yours is acting a little bit cold or harsh with you. But maybe if you think about it, maybe they have an anniversary of a loved one's passing coming up. So they've got some things going on. So start to think about what could have been the cause for whatever made you feel the way that you do. Now, the last thing that you want to think about is, what am I going to do about these feelings? What can I do about these feelings? Can I deal with them, calm down a little bit, and then have a conversation with somebody? Or let's say if that same scenario of that person that maybe let you down, and you start thinking about the things that they might be going through, maybe you reach out and say, are you okay? Do you need something? And that will start to temper your emotions down. But the key is to really start to figure out what it is that is upsetting you. Pinpoint it down. And if it's related to a whole bunch of things that you haven't healed from, honey, you need to heal before you deal with anybody else. So heal before you deal. Now, what do you do after you evaluate this and you understand, okay, this is why I'm upset. This is what I can do about it, and this is what I think about it. Well, you're going to have to go ahead and just accept your emotions. Understand that emotions are but messengers. They are here to tell us things and to teach us things. And now you have accepted it. Okay, I'm upset, or okay, I'm really happy. Whatever the emotion is, accept it and be able to move forward. Now you've accepted it. So now you understand it and you've accepted where that emotion comes from. Now you need to take control of those emotions, especially if they're elevated. So how do you do that? There's a few simple techniques that you can do within a matter of just a few moments that will calm you down and bring you to a level where you can truly communicate. And when I say that, we have to start learning how to explain our emotions. Explain our feelings rather than express them. Explaining your feelings will help people connect with you deeper. Expressing them could push people away from you. So there's a big difference, and we have to understand that. So now we've got this high emotion for whatever reason. How do we bring it down? Well, first you need to take some deep breaths. I cannot emphasize this enough, guys. You don't breathe from your chest, you breathe from your stomach. Breathe from that diaphragm, and I promise you, you take in a breath and hold it for a count of 3 and let that breath out, you will already start to feel a little bit more calm. And you do that a couple more times until you bring it down, and then you will start to be able to take control of your emotions. Now, you can also do things like meditation or come up with a mantra that works for you. Maybe that mantra is, I will not allow this world to unbalance me. Whatever your mantra is, say it until you calm down. Now, you know how to do all of these things, right? We're going to take time for ourselves. We're going to give ourselves space. We're going to go for a walk, meditate, think, whatever the case is, but take your time. Do not react when you are at an elevated level. You need to bring it down a notch. Even if it's a good elevated level, child, you could be talking crazy when you're in this elevated state. And then everybody's looking at you like, what? So just take a moment to calm down before you respond. Again, always remember that emotionality equals irrationality. And in order for you to see your life clear, you're going to need to be able to take control of your emotions. You are going to need to be the boss of your emotions. The last thing that I'm going to say should go without saying, but I feel like I need to say it, and that is, if you truly want to figure out how to control your emotions, what you need to do is figure out how to sleep and eat better. These things do play a part in how you're able to control your emotions. So with that said, guys, I want you to go out here, make this an amazing week, and come back and check me out next week.